Yes. Good evening, it's Cliffy Mack, and I am live with Mark. And we are badassery. We are badassery, dude. We're going to launch it off with a theme song, and tonight we got Oscar Sorcia. Yeah, he's going to call in tonight. We're going to talk about the chat going on around the local clubs and the nightlife and what happened at the Lazy River Fest with Delta Heavy. Theme song, Rocket.
Recording.
Wow. My Beautiful Whisper. You hear the theme song and you know what time it is. It's the Cliffy Mack Show from South Carolina with audiences in Washington, D.C., Egypt, and France, in good old South Carolina. Spanning the globe. And we have Oscar. Oscar, what's up, buddy? I'm going to put you on speaker. I can get this thing going.
Hello, everyone.
Shoot, man, this is awesome. We've got like, you wouldn't believe, tonight's been like a big influx of people. Everybody's wanting to be up. Can you hear me? Did I get my mute off? Can you hear me, buddy?
Yeah. What's up?
Man, how did first thing that's on everybody's mind is the success of Lazy River Fest, bro.
Oh man, that show was insane. I mean, I haven't been to a local show, within the Carolinas to be that big one. It's been a while.
Right.
To be outside camping, and then next to the river, it was really nice, to cool off in the really hot, blistering summer. I think it got up to like 98 degrees that day, 97. And then the sound was just crazy.
That's all I hear. That's all I've been hearing about is the sound was incredible.
Yeah, it was very well tuned. I mean, I want to say that it was perfectly tuned. They had it during the day. They had it at one level. They turned it up a little bit for Vega. They turned it up a little more for Shadow Council where they got on.
Nice.
And then Delta Heavy came on and they just let it rip. Like they went a couple more levels up.
And who spun for Shadow Council? Was Grimes throwing down in Mez, I'm sure?
It was Arcane, Mez, and Grimes. And then on the mic you had Miko and Dot. MC
Threat and Dot Jordan.
Yeah. They were both going at it back and forth, just complimenting.
Really?
Grimes and Mez just started playing one track back to back. Not a lot of drum and bass DJs are doing that in the area right now. But they've been practicing together, which, it worked out great.
Oscar, let me tell you, man, this has been the springboard for the success of the areas as far as somebody's going to put on some shows and bring out the local talent, man. You are doing it, buddy. You are doing it. And these guys out here, I know you get ready to say they're doing it. But, man, the ideology behind all this and the enthusiasm and the old school, the cats that have been in the game, everybody's just, like, putting it out. And look what's happening, man. Look what's happening.
Yeah, it's a lot of collaboration, and it's sort of like the synergy that has to happen, for a scene to be, as thriving as it is there, you have to have the demand for it. People have to have the hunger, the thirst for the sound. Two, there has to be people willing to go out of their way to put these shows together. Sometimes they lose money, sometimes they make money, sometimes they break even. But it's not about that. It's about putting together a show that will benefit everyone in the area, and they just sound good as fuck. Like they book quality DJs from North, South Carolina, Georgia. TCPO, he came out of Orlando, Florida, and he played 2 sets. He played his set, and I wasn't able to make it on time for my set because I had some car trouble. But he filled in just nicely.
I remember it. And Delta Heavy. And so what happened, man?
Man, I'm not even gonna talk about that because that in itself was its own party. Delta Heavy just tore it up, like play some really banging drum and bass, and then some really nasty, like bouncy dubstep.
Really?
And it's some of that, like old school. Some of the heads were there for the drum and bass. That's great, but some of the new school heads, they were there for the dubstep. So like we just collided on the dance floor and went and danced with each other.
Man. iMac Radio, Cliffy Mac Show. I got Oscar on here, and Oscar, I got to give you props, man. I've had friends on the show and different ones on the show, and this interview is the most ballin' interview in the history of this show. And look what we're talking about, though. It speaks for itself, man. I'll tell you, I've got a couple appointments coming up where I'm going to talk to Threat and Skinner. Yeah. Skinner, yeah.
I mean, tell them I said what's up.
And every one of us that we got coming on here has got that mature experience in this thing, and there's always something to bring to the table. It's gonna rock. It's gonna be a good thing. I want this show to take off, man, and you're helping me out. And tell me this, okay? We talked about the DJs and everything else like that went off and all that.
Yeah.
How about the kids during the day, man? Did the kids have fun? Were the kids in the water and the family?
Everybody was having fun. Kids were in the water. People were sunbathing on the rocks across the river.
Bikinis
and bikinis, shorts, whatever, man. A lot of people did the tubing. I didn't get there on time to do the tubing. I wanted to, but a lot of people did the tubing, and there was plenty of food. There was a Mexican food truck. And there was someone grilling. They had this huge barbecue grill, and like everyone was fed, everyone was happy, taken care of. Drinks were, everywhere.
I don't care how hot it gets, man. If you're in the water, you're gonna get hungry.
Yeah. If you're drinking after you get in the water, you get even hungrier.
Man, oh man. So what's up, man? What's the next event? What's coming up?
The next event for them that they're putting together, I heard it from Wampa and Mess. Not too much of a wind, but I heard that they were going to talk about putting a show together in the fall at the same spot.
Nice.
But I don't know if it's going to be of that same magnitude, because typically the fall show is a little more low-key, but it's always a good time. I mean, you've been there several times.
Yeah, I've definitely made an appearance. Now, how about a weekly?
A weekly, they're doing different weeklies. I know Karma Grooves, they're having their own shows, which are almost bi-weekly or bi-monthly. So they're doing those shows, and then I know that like they like to go out there to the yacht club and do shows, sporadically throughout the week. Like on a Sunday night or a Thursday night or a Friday night. Those go late night, which some people are attracted to that.
And Pete Repeats Mail was doing a Friday night thing.
I think so. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's awesome,
Repeat,
man.
Big shout out to the homie Repeat. He's always fun to hang out with, to play music with.
He is a good down to earth guy, man.
He's like, there's no style that he doesn't play.
I noticed. I thought he was just like a strictly house DJ. And I was.
Yeah, I thought he was a breaks DJ, and then I thought he was a drum and bass DJ, and then like it happens that he plays pretty much everything that you put in front of him, or that he wants to play at any given time. So,
man, I really appreciate the call in. It was kind of spur of the moment, but this guy right here, I'm talking about you, Oscar. You're always down to do something, always up for something when it comes to the scene. Is that what's up?
Yeah, man. As I become older, I start to realize that like we already know the drill. We know how it's gonna start, how it's gonna end, who's gonna be there, what we're gonna be drinking. Like we're old and we already know these things that we want for ourselves, right? But I think a lot of the joy that I get now is seeing those new faces. There's so
true.
much want for knowledge, to be involved, to be, immersed in the sound. People are like, what is the sound of bass, that I can feel through my body, and I'm like, well, it's what we've had for a while, was just, we just have to keep it manageable for everybody to have fun,
Man, I'll tell you what, I can see it. I can see an after party with me, you, and some of the old school cats and some of the kids being like, tell us what it was like.
I actually, funny story about Lazy River, I met a couple of first-timers. And I met a lot of first-timers from Atlanta that had never thrown down in Greenville. So they were interesting to me. They were young. And they were like, oh, man, I just wanted to tell you that this is my first time ever to something like this,
Oh, man.
Getting down.
And how did that make you feel? That's just it. That is the cookie. That's your cookie, man. Isn't that? That's your cookie.
I don't know. I just fell laughing. I was like, awesome,
That's,
welcome.
And
welcome
that, what? Do you remember that movie? You ever see You've seen Grooved, right?
Of course. That was one of the first movies that got me into the whole,
And that, remember when he said, I do it for the nod?
That's it. And we were just nodding the whole time, like, yeah.
He said, thank you, man, and he gave you the nod. That you got your nod. See?
Correct. Multiple times.
Oh man, that's good, buddy.
And on the dance floor too, like high fives everywhere, and then the nod. They're like, yeah, we're feeling it. Well, I know you're feeling it because I'm feeling it too.
Man, I hate this. I hate that we're going to run out of time soon, man. But I'm going to tell you what, though, man. At the end of the day, I'm sure you went home and you sat there, and before you laid your head down after all this, and you were tired, and you were like, that was worth it.
Oh, it was worth it. And I would do it a million times over. You know very well I'm from the Hickory family over here, and I hang out with these cats. The scene is not really going on over here in terms of electronic dance music, but Greenville has been a home away from home.
I know you said that
are
many
like-minded, people that love the really underground sounds. I used to play minimal at one time, and people would come out of the woodwork to hear that.
I love minimal.
Nobody in the area was listening to it. But
Lady Walks, like Lady Walks. Dude, we got 20 seconds. I'm going to wrap it up. This is Oscar,
good,
and we had Oscar. Every minute was golden. Thank you, man.
No problem. Thank you. It was a pleasure meeting you a couple of years back, and knowing that you know all the homies and, you know, support the scene all the way.
Awesome, dude. I'm going to close it out with My Beautiful Whisper. Much love, brother.